Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
Do you know this woman that she was talking about?
Yes, it's our receptionist, but she no longer works with us.
I wonder why.
Because she violated company policy.
How is that company policy?
Ladies, what is going on? You two don't know each other.
The whole purpose behind law is to right wrong. I want justice to be something that isn't this foreign concept.
Justice knows no boundaries. The truth will be heard. Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Amy Mitchell is suing Monica Greer in the amount of $135 for a blouse Ms. Mitchell says was ruined by coffee Ms. Greer spilled on it. Ms. Greer is countersuing for $260.
All rise, remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. Amy Mitchell, you're suing Monica Greer for $135. Apparently, your blouse was destroyed over a coffee spill. Ms. Greer, you're countersuing Ms. Mitchell for $260. Apparently, that coffee spill also caused your shoes, your boots, or something to get damaged, correct?
Absolutely.
Let me start with you. Prove your case.
Well, I was going into the coffee shop and she bumped into me with her own coffee and spilt it on my blouse.
You were walking and she bumped into you.
Yes.
Do you recall this happening, ma'am?
I recall the incident, but not the way that it's being portrayed. I remember walking out of the coffee shop, holding my coffee, when the woman here comes barreling around the corner, head down, staring at her cell phone, purse in one hand, cell phone in the other, and smacks right into me.
Were you on your cell phone at the time, ma'am?
I was, but I was hanging up. She was still texting on her phone.
Well, if you were hanging up, how do you know that she was texting if you're looking at your phone?
Because I clicked it, looked up, saw her there, boom, right into me.
All right, and so did you know Miss Greer before?
I had seen her in the office building.
You all don't work for the same company?
No, we don't.
So you're in one office, you're in another one?
Right. I don't know her personally, but I've seen her around. She's a nuisance. She's always running late. She's always asking us to hold the elevator for her.
How do you know she's running late?
Multitasking. Because she's constantly multitasking, trying to put on makeup and talk on her cell phone. Her body language, she just always seems so rushed. She's never calm when she walks through the lobby. It's never like she has time to get to where she's going. She's constantly darting and plowing through people.
Why is she catching your eye to that extent?
Because it's a nuisance. She's loud and she's always gabbing on her cell phone. She's constantly talking at an excessive volume, and to other people and myself, it's distracting when we're trying to go about our daily routine.
So you had already formed an opinion about this woman at this point?
Before I met her, yes.
And the opinion was?
She was annoying.
Okay. All right. Someone you don't even know and you're annoyed with them.
I'm annoyed with her behavior. As a person, she may be pleasant, but her behavior is very distracting and very annoying.
And Ms. Mitchell, what say you about what Ms. Greer just said?
Well, I've seen her in the office building, obviously, on her cell phone, texting away with her head down. So unfortunately, I never really get to see her face until she bumped into me and poured her coffee on my blouse.
So she wasn't really on your radar at all before?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. And so, is this true about you putting on makeup while you're rushing to the elevator and being on the phone and maybe sometimes talking too loud?
Absolutely not.
Nobody
has ever complained about it to me, and I always put my makeup on before I leave the house. And I don't understand how being able to multitask equals me being late.
Right. And you don't have anything, you don't know who she even works with, right?
I don't, but I don't really need... No one needs to bring to her attention that she's talking too loud. She wouldn't hear them. But we can hear her. We know personal details about her life because she's constantly shouting.
Like what?
She's constantly on the phone.
What do you know about her life?
I know about her children. I know about things that she's going through with her husband. I know about the promotion that she's trying to go for. I know a lot of things about her.
Wow.
And
For somebody that you don't know, you know quite a bit.
Well, we get it from standing in line. She sometimes stands behind me in line waiting for coffee, and we can hear that. I mean, we're only inches apart.
I'm sorry, but I do overhear other people talking. I don't bother to memorize their entire life and write it down in my little book so I can recite it later.
There's no need
That
to
seems
memorize.
rather
But you were the one with the coffee, so tell me what was going on with you.
I had gotten my coffee. I was heading out of the coffee shop, ready to go to work. I had several reports due, so I was on my way. I wasn't really thinking about anything, but I knew where I needed to go. And as I'm coming around the corner, she plows into me. Her head was down. She was texting, didn't see me coming. And as she runs into me, we both kind of back up.
Your Honor,
and then she looks down. Or she looks at me. I look down at my shoes, and then she continues to walk. She's not apologetic. She doesn't say, excuse me, has no common courtesy, and then continues to go into the coffee shop and stand in line and wait for her coffee.
No, Your Honor,
So I don't understand how I could have damaged so much if she still had time to get her morning
And
coffee.
so did you say anything to her when she kept walking?
No, I didn't say anything because I didn't feel that I was in the wrong.
But wait, but you said she spilled coffee on you.
No, she bumped into me and made me spill my own coffee on
Right,
myself.
and when you spilled the coffee, what did you say to her?
I just said, watch where you're going.
Got it. And when the coffee spilled, was the coffee hot?
It was very hot. I screamed because it was so hot. She just looked up and said, watch where you're going, and then continued to walk off while she pulled out her cell phone and started texting again. I ran to the bathroom to try to clear it off, but unfortunately, it stained my blouse.
Is that the blouse there?
Yes.
Let me see, please. Wow, it's a big coffee stain on there.
Yes, it is.
It's still there. You haven't worn it since? Okay, so when this coffee spilled on her, and you knew the coffee was hot, right? Because you had just purchased it. There was no part of you that said, are you okay? I know that's hot. Because were you wearing anything underneath? This is pretty thin. So
No, I was not.
you weren't wearing anything under it. So you felt it.
Yes.
That didn't resonate with you at all?
It would have concerned me if we would have had time to stop and maybe talk about it. But as I said, after we stepped back, I looked up and she's walking
Your
off
Honor,
back in the
how do you
line
have
again.
time to just stop and
I mean, it
relax
smells like
when-
coffee even now. I mean, it's still strong.
My shoes still smell like coffee
Those
in
are
the
your shoes?
process.
All right,
Yes,
let me see
these
the
are my shoes that were damaged.
All right, so that's what you're countersuing her for.
Absolutely.
Coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
Do you know this woman that she was talking about?
Yes, it's our receptionist, but she no longer works with us
I wonder why.
because
Wait.
she violated company policy.
How is that company policy to
Right
say?
here, stop. Ladies, what is going on?
And later,
You all seem like very professional people. You don't seem stupid. You don't seem like oblivious to how business works. You go into a room and it's not to your liking. I'm thinking the first thing you do is get on the phone and go, what the heck is this?
closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Amy Mitchell, who is suing Monica Greer for a coffee-stained blouse.
Oh, these are suede.
Yes, and damaged and still smell of
So
coffee.
this shoe is fine, but this is the shoe that got the coffee on it.
Correct.
And you can't really get that out on suede.
Nope.
Why didn't you file a lawsuit against her to begin with?
Honestly, because it was a Monday morning, and after this happened, like I said, I had a lot of things to do. And so I just kind of wanted to go on about my day. I chalked it up to a manic Monday type of thing and just wanted to forget about it. I just wanted to continue and get my work done. I was under a strict deadline.
Okay, but then at some point, if you didn't know her and she didn't know, how did you find her in terms
Well-
of to even be able to sue her?
The next day, I was in the elevator, and she walks in, again, on her cell phone texting. So I said, excuse me, ma'am, you really ruined my blouse yesterday. She just continues to text. So I say, excuse me, ma'am. And she turns around and goes, oh, are you talking to me? And I said, yes, I am. You ruined my blouse. It's completely gone. I can't wear it ever again. And she goes, well, that'll teach you to not bump into people. And then she leaves. I catch the elevator door and I follow her to her office, but she's away. I see the receptionist, so I ask the receptionist, excuse me, miss, do you know this woman? She says, oh yeah, she's a real you-know-what.
Your Honor, that
Do you know
doesn't
this
sound
woman
like
that she was
following.
talking about?
Yes, it's our receptionist, but she no longer works with us
I wonder why.
because
Wait.
she violated company policy.
How is that company policy?
Ladies, what is going on? You two don't know each other. I'm like befuddled by it. I'm gobsmacked, as they say in the UK. And we can't find some sort of common ground, you know, as two women working and just trying to go about their lives?
Your Honor, I did try. I got her information from the secretary and I left her a note with the damages and I explained who I was in the note. The next day, I come with a note from her saying that she demands payment for the shoes that she ruined because she spilt her own coffee on them.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I went up to her office and approached her. I said, this is crazy. What are you doing? And I tried working it out with her, but she would not have it. And so I realized, you know what? Obviously I can't talk to you in a civilized way. I will see you in court.
So are you saying she's uncivilized?
Yes.
It's a pretty strong statement to make.
She's,
It's a very rude statement.
It
well,
is a very rude
she's
statement.
a pretty rude
Coming from the
person.
person who's been throwing rude comments all the time we've been here.
Well, if by trying to handle it, you mean leaving an angry 7th grade style hate letter on my desk telling me that I owe her
See what I'm
money,
saying? You
that
see
I'm
what
going to put...
What did I just say?
Because it's inappropriate.
Okay, you're both talking about the other's behavior as being inappropriate, and yet you both are engaging in inappropriate behavior. You don't see that? The challenge that I have is you're saying she wasn't paying attention, but you bumped into her.
No, she bumped into me.
Okay. And she's saying you bumped into her, causing her damage.
Yes.
She knows she's holding coffee. And you're saying she should have to pay you for bumping into you.
I believe now, yes, sir, because she's drugged me down here. I've had to take time out of my day. I had to take one of my personal
So
vacation
you don't feel as though
days.
you're at fault at all on any level?
If she would like an apology for me burning her with my coffee accidentally, then I apologize for burning you. However, she bumped into me, and had she been paying attention, sir, that would never have happened. So I'm sorry that you were hurt. I can be an adult and say that to you. However, dragging me to court
That's
over
the
shirt...
first time that you have shown any sort of appropriate behavior the way adults should handle things. Did she ever say, I'm sorry?
No, this is the first time I've heard that.
Okay. So now that she's given you that, what would you say in response to that?
Well, thank you for apologizing. That means a lot to me. But unfortunately, I can't wear
When you say but, you negate what you just said.
Unfortunately, this was my favorite blouse, and I can no longer wear it.
As I listened to the testimony, and I have to commend you, Ms. Greer, I like the fact that you finally said, you know what, I apologize. The thing about that apology is when you said it, it was also considered an admission. Now the question is, did the plaintiff contribute on some level? I would have to say on some level you did. So based on that, I'm going to find in favor of the plaintiff. I'm going to dismiss your counterclaim. But the amount of monies that you're going to receive, ma'am, is only going to be $60. And that is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $60, and her countersuit is dismissed.
I'm not thoroughly satisfied with the judge's decision. I am out of shoes that I can no longer wear, and I feel that she got money that she didn't deserve.
And hopefully that woman will learn to stay off her cell phone and keep out of my way in the future.
And coming up,
You all seem like very professional people. You don't seem stupid. You don't seem like oblivious to how business works. You go into a room, and it's not to your liking. I'm thinking the first thing you do is get on the phone and go, what the heck is this?
closed captioning provided by...
For tough allergy congestion, Allegra D helps you break through fast with a non-drowsy antihistamine and a powerful decongestant. Break through allergy congestion with Allegra D.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Co-plaintiffs Sue and Mark Dupree are suing landlord Robert Kyoto in the amount of $440 for the cost of a vacation rental they say was dirty and totally unsatisfactory.
All rise, remain standing, and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. Mark and Sue Dupree, you're suing for $440, and you're suing Mr. Robert Kyoto because of a hotel stay that wasn't quite to your satisfaction, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Prove your case.
Well, we have a lot of evidence to prove that case, Your Honor. Basically, what we did is rented a place online that we did a lot of research for, was going to help us regain our marriage and our family situation.
All right, and you all decided to go with Mr. Kyoto. Did you contact him directly? How was it that you
We
all
initially looked
connected?
for it online, Your Honor. I did a lot of research and looked at a lot of different places. The reason why we chose Mr. Kyoto's place is the pictures online that depicted the vacation rental were beautiful.
All right, Mr. Kyoto, let me talk to you. What type of online service do you provide, sir? You own the hotel, or you're a manager, what?
I own it.
Okay, and where are we talking about?
It's on the beach.
All right, and this is what the room looks like.
That's what we found online.
Let's take a look at that on the plasma. So you're
Looks great.
advertising, and how much would you be paying a night?
We came out to $440 for 5 nights.
$440 for 5 nights?
That's what I thought I scheduled with him, yes.
And you said
that 4 nights, and it was because he called me a million times.
Because I wanted to confirm it, Your Honor. It's a beautiful place, and we thought it would be.
It was too good.
I can only hear one of you at a time.
So I sent him back. I sent him back through the mail and email confirmation slip, and this is what I have here.
Let me see the confirmation slip. So you're saying that it was actually for 4 nights?
Yes.
So that would come out to be about $110 a night.
Yes. Well, here's the main point. We don't offer refunds for early checkout, Your Honor.
All right, so you've got a vacation rental agreement that you provided the court, and Mr. Dupree, you signed this talking about that you agreed to the terms and conditions set forth, including.
What I didn't agree to, Your
No,
Honor,
I'm talking right now.
Sorry.
No assignment of this agreement, no pets, that you have to lock all windows and doors, and you've highlighted no refunds on early checkouts.
Absolutely.
Coming up on America's Court.
You all seem like very professional people. You don't seem stupid. You don't seem like oblivious to how business works. You go into a room and it's not to your liking. I'm thinking the first thing you do is get on the phone and go, what the heck is this?
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Mark and Sue Dupree, who are suing Robert Kyoto for the cost of a vacation rental.
Are you trying to tell me that this is what was advertised, and yet this is what you got in these two pictures?
That is absolutely correct, Your Honor.
Yes.
That is what we found when we got
All right. Let me see
have
that
2
on the
small
plasma.
children. There
Let me
was
see
no
that on the
way.
plasma here. That was the sofa. What is
Yes,
that on the
that's not
sofa?
mine.
It's mildew, Your Honor. It was mold or mildew.
That's mildew
I
on
mean,
the
it's a
sofa?
beach house. It would be common to have that kind of mildew on furniture. He doesn't have any
Your
cleaning
Honor.
staff there.
Mr. Kyoto, talk to me about this.
I don't know anything about that, Your Honor.
That's not what you...
That's not my
It's your
case.
You can
couch.
see in the pictures it's the same couch, Your Honor, online, and it is the same exact couch.
Let me also note, Your Honor, that basically every time he complained, it was already too late. Let's go in chronological order
Sure.
here,
Let's-
okay? Because
let's do that.
he basically, I guess he didn't like the place, and after 2 days...
Stop. Did he tell you he didn't like the place as soon as he got there?
No, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't do anything about it. He called
When
me
did
when
he
he's
tell
already
you?
leaving.
He called you day 2.
Yes, after he's leaving.
And what did he say?
He said, we can't stay here another night. Had he let me know again, I mean, really...
Did you let him know?
We let him know on the second day that we couldn't stay any longer, Your Honor. We had
second-
made
Were
it
you already
effort.
leaving at that point?
Well, we had no other choice. We had to go.
Stop. Why wouldn't you call him after the first night to say, this is not working, you all need to get some maid service, you need some
We went there with our
exterminators?
family, Your Honor. We all, as a family,
Stop.
went there.
That
and,
does not make sense. Okay.
and I didn't want to show my kids that we
You
were
all
going
were
to give up.
doing really well.
Yeah.
So I got to come back now. You all seem like very professional people. You don't seem stupid. You don't seem like oblivious to how business works. You seem very savvy. You present well. You go into a room and it's not to your liking. I'm thinking the first thing you do is get on the phone and go, what the heck is this?
Okay. And if we had done that, Your Honor, I don't think we would have gotten anything different than what we're getting now.
Stop. You can't speculate as
Sure.
to what could or could not have happened if you didn't at least make the effort.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
So based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel will come down in favor of the defendant in this case. You weren't able to meet your burden. So that's how it rolls. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
The owner misrepresented the property, and it ruined our vacation.
I'm very happy the judge dismissed my case. I have a great relationship with all my customers, and it's going to continue.
Follow America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.